What's going on, guys and gals? My name is Ralph and welcome to my channel. Today I am going to do something that's going to be a little bit different than my usual videos because, as many of y'all know, I am a huge WWE wrestling fan, and last night was Extreme Rules on the WWE Network. So today I want to actually give you my reactions and my review to last night's Extreme Rules pay-per-view. Now, if you don't know much about wrestling, you might be asking yourself, well, what exactly is Extreme Rules? Well, I'm here to tell you. Extreme Rules is pretty much the one time throughout the year in the WWE that they actually go to the extreme. Extreme Rules is pretty much going to be your pay-per-view that you're going to see different kind of matches that you really want to see on normal pay-per-view or on Raw or SmackDown. Matches such as table matches, no holds barred, falls count anywhere, and of course, you have the Extreme Rules match. But enough about all that. Let's actually get into the main show and actually talk about the first match of the evening, which was the Usos going against Karl Anderson and Luke Gallows of the Club. Now, I kind of wonder how this match was going to go because we have seen them wrestle plenty of times before on Raw and SmackDown. So with this being a Texas Tornado match, it was going to be a little bit different. But would we see anything completely different? Kind of actually did, because this was actually Anderson and Gallows' first ever pay-per-view match. So they had a lot to show and a lot to prove, and they pretty much came out and did that. Now, I do want to say one thing though. I like the Usos. The Usos are a really good team, and they deserve everything that they have had up to this point. But lately, they just been seeming a little bit on the stale side. They've been acting like the Usos that we've been knowing for like the last, year and a half, 2 years. And they're pretty much acting like themselves. They are a goofy team. They like to have fun. They like to do the high-flying stuff. That's them. And I feel like they can still be able to do that kind of stuff. But my thing is change up your character a little bit, because right now the only thing that you have to y'all is that the fact that y'all say that you are cousins to Roman Reigns. The Usos, they could do a lot more if they showed more of an aggressive side to them, show how the Wild Samoans were. If they brought out a little bit of that energy and a little bit of how the Wild Samoans were and bring it to how they can do it now in 2016, they can be such a better team. They can be such a bigger threat than what they are right now. Not saying they're not a threat, but they could be a lot bigger and better. This match was actually a fairly good match. I mean, it was more heavier towards the Club because the Club, like I said, they had something to prove. That this was their first time on pay-per-view, and they came out guns a-blazing. The Usos did what they needed to do to hang in there. They did, some good moves, and they did a lot of super kicks. It was super kick party through a lot of the parts, but it was just more about the Club, and the Club needed this more than the Usos did. And the Club came out victorious with Magic Killer, and they pretty much laid out the Usos. But the thing about it was, at the end of the match, and you can see Luke Gallows talking about it at the end, where he was pointing to saying one Uso's right over there and another Uso's over there, and they're finished. Remember, there is a World Heavyweight Championship match later on with AJ Styles and Roman Reigns. So this kind of made you wonder if the Usos were going to be able to make it out to that match. We'll wait and see. The next match was the U.S. title match between Kalisto, who was the champion, and Rusev, who is the challenger. Now, this match was pretty much just straight up domination by Rusev onto Kalisto. Kalisto is a guy that has a lot of heart. He has a lot of determination. He is one of those people that will not quit until tonight, because he came in with that back injury that we saw on Monday night, which, by the way, that segment on Raw last week, that was by far one of the better moments I've seen between those two in a good little bit, because that made you believe like Rusev was about to snap Kalisto. But anyway, getting back to this match. This match, it really didn't have a lot of big points. It was more, like I said, it was all Rusev. Rusev dominated most of the match. Kalisto had a few moments where you see his never quit, never surrender moments come out, but Rusev just pretty much just showed that he was a monster, and he is a Bulgarian brute for a reason. This match showed why he wanted to win the U.S. title, and guess what? Put on the accolade and damn near broke Kalisto in half. Kalisto had no other choice but to give up, and Rusev is yet again your two-time champion of the U.S. title. And actually, that is a perfect segue to the next match, because we are about to have some more people who are two-time champions, and I'll actually bring it out in this form.
He's sour, clap with world famous two-time champ and feel the power.
Now, just a little side note, the only reason why I was kind of on the whisper side, because this was at around 8 o'clock in the morning, and I didn't want to wake up my neighbors by me yelling at the top of my lungs and, you know, all this other kind of stuff. But yeah, I am all about the New Day. Get you some. So it was the New Day versus Vaudevillians for the tag team titles. Pretty much this was a very interesting match. Reason why is because it was Xavier Woods and Big E, not Big E and Kofi Kingston like how it usually is. So you would have thought that they was going to lose the titles to the Vaudevillians. Not getting any disrespect to Xavier Woods, because if you ever seen him wrestle, he can put in the work. The thing about this tag team is Xavier Woods is pretty much the mouth of the group. Big E, he is pretty much the strong man, the enforcer, and Kofi Kingston, he's the high flyer. He can do all the crazy, cool, high-flying moves. So that was the thing. So when seeing Xavier Woods come out, you was kind of wondering if they were going to lose the title. But Xavier Woods put in the work, like he always does, because there was work to do. And he put in the work, like I said, and he showed why he wanted to win this match for the New Day. Aiden English, Simon Gotch, former tag team champions over at NXT. Phenomenal tag team. Great tag team. They will definitely be tag team champions fairly soon. I will probably say within the next year and a half, they will definitely be tag team champions. However, tonight was not that night. Tonight was all about the New Day. And the thing about it was Gotch and English, they pretty much had the match most of the time. And there was actually one part where they took out Big E and they took out Kofi Kingston, laid Xavier Woods with the Whirly Dervish, and it was looking like it was actually going to be their moment. But like I said before, Woods made sure that you knew that he was going to put in the work, and he was going to make sure that they kept the titles. And thanks to the numbers game, Kofi Kingston, behind the referee's back, hit a little bit of trouble in paradise, and Xavier Woods put in a kick that, good God, I never thought that he could put in a kick like that. But at the end of the day, like I said, New Day, victorious, keeps the titles. Now we're going into what I mentioned at the beginning of the night was probably going to be the match of the evening. Fatal 4-way for the IC title. You have the champion, who is The Miz, going against KO, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, and Cesaro. Now, I saw this going in either one of three ways. Sami Zayn winning the title, Kevin Owens win the title, or Cesaro win the title. I did not see The Miz winning this match at all. Nothing against The Miz. The Miz is a great talent. He is by far one of the better heels on the roster as of right now, hands down. I mean, anytime that he goes out there, he gets heat. He gets heat just because of who he is, and especially when you have a wife like Maurice. I mean, they are the, I guess you can say, like the Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt of wrestling, if you want to put it that way. But this match was back and forth. You did not know who was going to win at what time. And I really felt like my pick was Sami Zayn. I really truly thought that this was going to be Sami Zayn's moment. This was going to be his time to shine, and this was going to be his first time ever having a WWE Championship on the main roster. And I just felt like he was going to get it. And I mean, there were so many good moments. There were all the uppercuts. Well, let's just even begin with the beginning when Sami Zayn knocked out KO with what I like to say, the Haluva kick, and just pretty much just knocked out Kevin Owens. Cesaro decided to one up Sami Zayn and do the exact same thing, but with an uppercut to the Miz, leaving those two in the ring. You ever remember seeing Sami Zayn and Cesaro going at it when Sami Zayn first debuted on NXT? You know they can put on a good match. And at the beginning, they were doing an amazing job. It just got better and better and better. This was something that you wish could be at WrestleMania, because something like this at WrestleMania would probably definitely steal the show. Definitely would be one of the matches of the year. And I really, truly believe that this is going to be match of the year contenders. There was one moment where I thought that Cesaro might actually come out and win the match, because he came out, had the sharpshooter on the Miz, and turned him over. Somehow the Miz got closer to the ropes, brought in Maurice. The referee was trying to get Maurice out. The Miz tapped. Cesaro should be champion right now. But since the ref didn't see the tap, the match continues. And there were plenty of moments, like I said before, like Kevin Owens frog splashing onto the Miz while Cesaro hold on to him. I mean, there were so many good points to this match. But at the end, Sami Zayn hit the haluva kick onto Cesaro. You thought that Sami Zayn was about to win the IC title, but it just wasn't meant to be, because KO messed up Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn just pretty much just destroyed Kevin Owens, but like he does all the time, the Miz came out from nowhere, pins Cesaro for the 3 count, and retains the title. I mean, what else can you say? The Miz knows when to pick his moments, and last night he picked the right moment and kept the title. Now we're going into the first ever Asylum match. And I was actually kind of ready, but I wasn't, because this is pretty much all it is a cage match with weapons. And you would think on paper that this would be a really good match. But the only problem about it is the weapons that they had were not what you would really expect. So you had weapons like a mop and bucket, a straitjacket, fire extinguisher, nunchucks. What else did they have? A kendo stick. The only weapon that I saw that would probably make any kind of sense in this kind of match was the 2x4 wrapped in barbed wire. Now you have two competitors like Y2J Chris Jericho and the Lunatic Fringe Dean Ambrose. Both of them amazing wrestlers. Both of them can definitely put in the work and definitely could put on a good match. The only problem about this match, it went on too freaking long. It was nearly 30 minutes of wrestling, and it really never caught on. It never really just made you feel like, it never really intrigued you enough. And I feel bad about that, because like I said, both of them are good wrestlers, which in my opinion right now, I'm actually getting kind of tired of Chris Jericho, because Chris Jericho is just one of those people where he comes in too many times throughout the year and he goes away. And I feel like if he's going to stay, he needs to stay in until he retires. That's it. If he goes, that's it. Go into the Hall of Fame, have your moment to shine at the Hall of Fame, and that's it. Be done with it. But he's still here putting in some kind of work, which I don't know why, but he loves the business, so I guess he can stay as much as he wants. I'm not going to get too into this because the match was already too long as it is. The only high part about this match, for me at least, was that you saw the bucket hanging there. You was wondering why did they have it there. There was a reason, because there were thumbtacks in there. And when you see thumbtacks, you know that somebody is going to be put into those thumbtacks. At the end, Dean Ambrose put Jericho onto the thumbtacks, and you would have thought that there would be thumbtacks all over him, and it wasn't. It wasn't like how Randy Orton was when Mick Foley put him into the thumbtacks. This match, I'm sorry, it was very disappointing in my opinion. And at the end, Ambrose won his match, the first ever Asylum match. I'm disappointed about the match, but I mean, it is what it is. So next up, submission match for the women's championship. Again, just not the middle part of the pay-per-view. It just didn't get my attention like I thought it would, because you have two great competitors between Natalya and Charlotte. The thing about the hook to this match was Ric Flair was banned from ringside, and if Ric Flair was to come into the arena, and even if he just made an entrance into it, if Ric Flair's face was seen by the referee, Charlotte was going to lose her championship right there. So pretty much you had the figure eight from Charlotte going against the sharpshooter from Natalya, and just, for me, Charlotte is just not working for me as champion. She has been champion ever since SummerSlam of last year when it was the Divas title, and now she's the women's champion, and she's not working for me as champion. Like I said, they put in a lot of good work when they can, but ever since she got on to the main roster, it just seems like she is not working like how she could have, or like she did when she was in NXT. Yeah, just this match just really did not sell it for me. I was very disappointed about this because I want to see women's wrestling do a lot of big things, and this was the women's wrestling match of the evening. So you have to put out, and they just couldn't. They didn't. The only part about this match that made anything better was that you hear Ric Flair's music hit, and you think that, okay, Natalya is about to win the match because of disqualification. Well, it actually wasn't Ric Flair. It was Dana Brooke. And Dana Brooke pretty much helped Charlotte retain the title by putting the figure eight onto Natalya. Natalya taps, and Charlotte wins. And now we're at the main event. The main event for the WWE World Heavyweight title. It is AJ Styles, who has been doing such a phenomenal job since coming into the WWE. And you have Roman Reigns, which Roman Reigns has been... If I hear about Roman Reigns being not a good guy, not a bad guy, but just being the guy, I'm about to punch the guy into his face, because I'm tired of hearing about this. Roman Reigns is a guy who can be a big guy, and he can't be the guy if you want to. But him acting like he can be the good guy for everybody and he cares about all this, it's getting to the point to where it's just getting much. But this match definitely, I'll probably say, out of all the matches, would probably come in second place on top match of the evening. I will actually say this: I do have a problem with this match. As good of a match as it was supposed to be an Extreme Rules match, correct? Okay. Where about this was the extreme part? Because I barely saw any chairs. I mean, you saw chairs towards the end of the match. I barely saw any kind of weapons being used. It really never said that throughout the match that it was an Extreme Rules match. It was more of a street fight than anything else, but there was no extremeness to this match. The only part that was extreme was towards the end, when AJ Styles, after having the club and the Usos come out, and Styles put the Styles Clash onto Roman Reigns not once but twice, and the second time he put it onto the chair, you thought that he was going to win, but one of the Usos, I think it was Jimmy, pulled AJ Styles out for just a hot second, and that gave Roman Reigns enough chance to kick out at 2. And after that point, AJ Styles lost it. He got a chair and just went wailing on the Usos and on Roman Reigns. And you could tell that he had snapped. You could tell that he was done. He was finished. He wanted to win this match. And he almost did. He almost had the match won. Went outside, about to do the phenomenal forearm. But Roman Reigns, like he always does, came out with the spear, got the 1, 2, 3, won the match, and all's good, right? Well, all was good for everybody else because the man came back. Seth freaking Rollins made his return back to the WWE after being injured from during the Europe trip back in last year. Had to relinquish his title, and remember, Seth Rollins never lost the title. He had to relinquish it. So this could mean that we could be seeing a match between Rollins and Reigns very soon. But my question now is, what happens to AJ Styles? What happens to the club? Because I believe there will be another match between Anderson, Gallows, and the Usos. There will be another match between them, and we could see that happen again at Money in the Bank, which is in that next pay-per-view coming up. But what happens with AJ? Does he still stay within the match, the title picture? Does he get thrown to the side? Somebody said that he could possibly be put into a match against Cena, which I'm hoping, if they decide to do that, he is not just food for Cena, because if Super Cena comes out, we could see AJ Styles be put to the side, and I hope and pray that that's not the case. All in all, I feel that Extreme Rules was a fairly good pay-per-view. It was not great, it was not the best pay-per-view of the year, but it definitely wasn't a mediocre one. The first 4 matches, really good matches, including the Fatal 4-Way, which was by far the match of the night. Asylum women's title match, the worst matches of the evening. Finish off the night, main event, good match. Seth Rollins took it home, and we could be seeing a lot more of Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins going at it in the near future. But now I want to know from y'all, what do you think of Extreme Rules? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Did you have a favorite match of the evening? Let me know in the comments down below. And if you enjoyed this video, please, please, please hit the thumbs up button. And matter of fact, elbow drop the thumbs up button. Make sure you subscribe to this channel, because I will be doing more of these style videos in the future. Probably more just during pay-per-views. Until the next time I see you, no matter if it's this kind of video or whatever kind of video it is, have a good day. Talk to you soon. And I'll see you next time.